This is what makes narcissists' sexual habits so weird, and you'll be speechless. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're delving into a topic that's both fascinating and unsettling. Why narcissists exhibit the strangest sexual habits. Having a sexual encounter with a narcissist can feel like you're dealing with the devil himself. It leaves you questioning your self-worth, feeling objectified, and confused about what just transpired. They never provide closure, always making everything about themselves. So, why is it so painful? It's because of their peculiar sexual behaviors and habits, which we're going to explore today. If you're interested in learning more, please hit that subscribe button before we dive in. Your subscription helps raise awareness about narcissistic abuse and supports our mission to educate and empower. So, let's get started. Number 1. Excessive use of pornography. This isn't about personal preferences or debating whether watching porn is right or wrong. Some couples enjoy it together, while others do not. The issue here is being objectified and sidelined in favor of pornography. The narcissist chooses the artificial over the real, preferring strangers on a screen to the person beside them, waiting for an emotional connection. This behavior is non-consensual and dismissive of your feelings. They do this because they cannot connect with reality. Authenticity and vulnerability make them feel weak, so they retreat into their fantasy world rather than being present with you. This isn't a reflection of your attractiveness or worth, but rather their inability to connect on a deep emotional level. To avoid facing their own suppressed issues, they belittle you, claiming you are not attractive enough or are doing something wrong. The real issue lies in their emotional deadness and fear of genuine connection. Narcissists often engage in compulsive lying, creating a web of deceit to maintain their control and superiority. These lies can be about trivial matters or significant aspects of their lives. But the underlying motive is the same: to manipulate others and protect their fragile ego. They lie to avoid responsibility, to present themselves as more successful or desirable than they are, and to create confusion and doubt in their victims. This constant dishonesty makes it difficult for you to trust them or feel secure in the relationship. Their reality becomes fluid, shifting to suit their needs and leaving you questioning your own perceptions and sanity. The compulsive lying isn't just about the content of the lies, but about the power dynamics it establishes, keeping you off balance and dependent on them for any semblance of truth. Number 2. Approach avoidance. Approach avoidance refers to the narcissist consistently declining intimacy when you initiate it. They will never allow things to happen on your terms because maintaining power and control is paramount to them. They need to assert dominance, so they refuse your advances. However, the dynamic shifts dramatically when they desire intimacy. You are expected to comply, regardless of your feelings or circumstances. Even if you are recovering from surgery with fresh wounds, they demand sex without showing any empathy. If you refuse, they threaten to cheat, making it seem like your responsibility to meet their physical needs. But what about your needs? To the narcissist, they don't matter. Your sole purpose is to satisfy their desires. Being constantly rejected and hearing no repeatedly can make you feel worthless and unattractive. You might start to believe that something is wrong with you, whether it's your weight, appearance, or even your scent. These insecurities deepen as they turn away from you, leaving you feeling undesired and inadequate. Despite your efforts to change, whether by losing or gaining weight, altering your style, or modifying your hygiene, the situation never improves. The problem isn't with you, but with their need to control and dominate. Number 3. Lack of intimacy and objectification. The third and most destructive habit is the lack of intimacy or treating your body like an object. Many narcissists start with intense intimacy, making you feel a deep sexual connection. This early adoration is designed to make you crave the same intensity later, especially when they begin to devalue you. Initially, they appear affectionate and attentive, having mastered the art of making people fall for their facade. But as time goes on, they know how to withdraw this affection, creating a void and making you doubt your attractiveness. Withholding sex becomes a strategic tool they use to manipulate you. Some narcissists are completely detached and unable to offer any true intimacy. They might even avoid kissing, reacting with anger if you try. Kissing might trigger emotions or make them feel vulnerable, something they fiercely avoid. On the other hand, somatic narcissists might create intense sexual chemistry deliberately, but without any emotional connection. This can create cognitive dissonance, making you believe there's something worth holding on to, even though it's purely physical for them. In essence, narcissists treat you like an object. They might engage physically, but without genuine connection or affection. They use your body for their gratification and discard you once they're satisfied. There's no emotional aftercare, no eye contact, no real holding, just a transactional use of your body, leaving you feeling used and empty. This is how sex with a narcissist feels, devoid of intimacy, reducing you to a mere object in their eyes. Number 4. Sex after intense fights. Habit number 4 is their desire to have sex immediately after an intense fight or argument. Why do they do this? Because your pain is their pleasure. Seeing you sad and vulnerable arouses them, and they immediately want to patch things up, not out of love, but to regain control. It doesn't matter how you feel, how much you're hurting, or what grievances you have. They won't address their abusive behaviors or the trauma they have caused. Instead, they expect you to comply and give in. For the narcissist, winning you over when you're broken reinforces their sense of dominance. Another reason for this behavior is their need to re-establish control. During a fight, they feel a loss of power and fear losing you, especially if you are their primary source of supply. To regain control and ensure you stay, they initiate sex. This act is purely about objectification and control, devoid of genuine intimacy or emotional connection. Engaging in sexual intimacy immediately after a fight can lead to a harmful pattern, creating a sexual trauma bond. This cycle of extreme lows followed by intense highs causes a biochemical roller coaster in your brain. After stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline flood your system, they're replaced by dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins during and after sex. This hormonal mix keeps you tied to the narcissist, making you crave those brief moments of connection and relief from the constant anxiety and stress. Number 5. Controlling sexual positions. The 5th strange sexual habit involves controlling sexual positions. This isn't about personal preferences or trying new things. It's about dominance and control. A narcissist often prefers positions that immobilize you, making you a passive participant. They usually want to be on top, ensuring you are beneath them and unable to move freely. They might restrain your legs and arms, preventing you from participating or expressing yourself. If you try to take an active role, they might quickly shut you down with commands like, "No, I don't like that. Stop it." This behavior strips you of your agency, reducing you to an object for their gratification. For the narcissist, sex is not about mutual pleasure or emotional connection. It's a way to assert control and dominance. They aren't making love to you, they are feeding their false self, boosting their ego with a sense of superiority and control. This behavior is often seen in somatic narcissists, who are particularly focused on their bodies and use their physicality to gain admiration and validation. Somatic narcissists derive their narcissistic supply from their appearance and physical prowess, using their bodies to manipulate and control others. That's it for today's video. We've uncovered some truly eye-opening insights into the strange sexual habits and behaviors of narcissists. If you found this information valuable and want to learn more about narcissistic abuse and its effects, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to join our community. And don't forget to drop a comment below sharing your thoughts and experiences. Have you encountered any of these behaviors in past relationships? Your stories could help others recognize similar patterns and take steps toward healing and recovery. If you know someone who could benefit from understanding these dynamics, be sure to share this video with them. Together, we can raise awareness and support those affected by narcissistic abuse. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.